Okay, for number 4, it says continue the process and model 2 equivalent fractions for 6/5. Because of Zern, I want to change this to 5/4. Because I was watching someone Zern practice yesterday, and we had to model 5/4. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to prepare the children for that instead of what it says here, okay? So the first thing I want to do is write 5/4 as a fraction. Because now, what you learned in first grade about the big one isn't going to work on the bottom, is it? So, this is called an improper fraction. What it means is it's more than 1. How much would 1 be if 4 is my denominator? 4 what? 4/4. So I'm going to put 1 hole in the middle of this number line, and that's 4/4. Now how do I know 4 is my denominator? Tells me right up here. Okay? So this end mark will be 0 still. And what whole number comes after 1?
2.
Okay. So now that I have my whole numbers on the number line, and in 5th grade, I don't know if you remember this, but your whole numbers have to be on top of the number line.
Yep.
You can't write them below, okay? Now I will go ahead and write, before I write my denominator, I need 4 equal sections between each whole number. So it will be 3 tick marks. Then I can go and write my denominator. Now things get a little confusing when we go past the number 1. Remember, start with 0 when you're labeling. And double check your number line with mine before we go on. Okay, now what am I going to model?
5/4.
5/4. So instead of drawing an arrow because I have words up there, I'm just going to circle 5/4, okay? Now, each rectangle is actually 1 hole. So each hole has to be divided into 4 equal sections. So let's just work with these 2 rectangles first. So I've got my denominator. It's 4. How many do I need to shade?
3 of them.
No.
I mean all of them. And then 1 more on the
Okay, so 4 plus 1 is 4 plus 1 more 5.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what it looks like to shade 5/4. Yeah, Zern had it on there too, and I really like the way they have you do it. Okay, so same pattern. We're going to start with 1 horizontal line. Now, by the way, if I were to take this as a whole and a fraction, it would have been 1 and 1/4, right?
Yes.
But we're not working with mixed numbers right now. We're working with improper fractions. So 5/4 times what number?
2.
How do you know it's 2?
Because there's 2 rows.
Because there's 2 rows. So a fraction that's equivalent to 5/4 would be 10/8. Okay? All right, we'll do the same thing with the next 2. So my denominator's 4. Each whole has to be divided into 4 equal parts. My numerator is 5. So I will shade 5 of those parts. continuing with the same pattern as the front of the page.
You shade so fast.
Somebody in one of the other blocks said, I'd really like a ruler. This is bothering me. And I said, we'll be here all day if I gave you a ruler. So we're just going to have to be okay with it not being perfect, aren't we? Okay, so 5/4 times what number, class?
3.
The number of rows we made, so it's 3, equals 15/12. Okay, real quick, I'm going to give you directions for your